Well guys, following on from my Irish Ferry Border Patrol video, it came out recently that just after that a new record had been set. This record is not the sort of thing that a real Conservative government would be proud of, but I have to say the one we've got now probably loves it. I say they love it because they've done literally nothing to stop it in the past 2 years, and in fact I would actually say they've encouraged it. As you know, for every day that passes with more arriving and not being sent back, you're literally throwing out the red carpet for absolutely anyone coming here with a big welcome sign up on Dover. I mean, after all, why would you bloody not? I've said it before, I don't blame people for trying to make their life better by coming here. Many would do the same thing, obviously. My big problem is with the government, who should be stopping it, as I've said 1,000 times already. Now, one of the funny things about all this is that that same government will throw up barriers to stop you coming and going as you please, but illegal immigrant boat wankers are literally helped over here daily. This government sits there going on about gangs of criminals sending these people in small boats when the real criminals are this government and its failure to protect our borders. Even more so when you factor in the past 18 months and the bodies that lay at Johnson's feet. And no, I'm not talking about no Rona deaths after 28 days of a positive test either. That way of counting mortality should send alarm bells ringing to anyone with half a brain cell, but that's another video altogether. Here I'm talking about the collateral damage of these policies and massive overreactions that have been caused in the past 20 months. How many people has he killed by telling people to save the NHS and stay at home? That's something I actually want to know. How many more are now at risk because of this government, its policies and all of the bullshit there? This proves to me that the real criminals are paid 82 grand a year by you's lot. And the fact that more than 800 more boat wankers have literally arrived over the channel during winter has to prove that these governments are criminals to anyone. Remember them saying it's summer so this makes the boats hard to stop and all of this? Well, it's winter now and yet more of them are coming every single day. And in fact, it actually seems like the French or British governments have been going out and buying them better boats to deal with the winter conditions, because more of them are coming over and you're not hearing about more of them going down in the sea. Yes, they run around saying this bill and that bill will stop the migrant influx, but after 2 years it still hasn't happened. In fact, it just keeps going up like I said. Now some might sit there and say they can't do this because of that law and this law that's stopping them, human rights and all of that shit as we've heard before. This is of course bollocks pure and simple, and you can prove that just by looking at the last 20 months. Take a quick look back over those 20 months to see how quick this government can change laws and make them to suit its agenda. Human rights laws have been pissed all over by this government for 20 months when they told you to stay at home, shut your business and not see your family, which is against your human rights. Shit, a fucking criminal's allowed to see his family in prison because he's got the basic human right to family life, so everything the government's done's literally a breach of the same human rights laws that they claim stop them sending illegal immigrants back. The truth is they just don't want to send them back, do they? Now obviously that most of you will already know, and Farage has given his opinion on it, which would be useful if we didn't have a globalist sock puppet running the country. He obviously wants us to just turn them back, which let's be honest is kinda fucking obvious, but like I said, Boris Johnson ain't ever gonna do it. Pretty piss poor Patel is just gonna sit there and talk more shit. It says here, new daily record of 853 illegal boat migrants. Farage says UK must get tough like Australia. Which, yep, like I said, it's all fine and well saying that, but can you really expect Boris Johnson the cuck to go and do it? He's more likely to invite 'em in and start sending ferries to fucking pick 'em up. It says the Home Office has confirmed, according to LBC on Friday, that the UK Border Force and other authorities has intercepted or picked up 853 migrants who crossed the channel on Wednesday in 25 separate instances, higher than the last daily record of 828 set on August 21st, so back towards the end of summer. It goes on, it's just the latest new record in illegal immigration for the United Kingdom, with a monthly record of 3,872 people arriving in August. An estimated 21,000 illegals have crossed this year, and so far none have been returned to the last safe country of entry, namely obviously France, you know, the war-torn shithole over there. If anything like the figures from last year, the migrants are mostly from Middle Eastern and African countries, per the University of Oxford's Migration Observatory. And mostly young men. Well, obviously tell us something we don't know. We don't need Oxford University to tell us that. You can just look at the fucking pictures of the people being brought in. It says, according to Home Secretary Priti Patel, almost 9 in 10 of those who landed last year were men, 3/4 of those are under 40, and many of those are economic migrants and not those fleeing persecution. Once again, no shit Sherlock, Priti Piss Poor Patel can tell you the pretty much obvious bollocks, can't she? Once again, you don't need anyone to tell you this, you can just see the pictures and the live streams of all the people that covered it. And here Nigel Farage goes on to talk about sending them back and all of this, but like I said, that's just bollocks. Boris Johnson, Priti Piss Poor Patel, or none of them lot are even gonna do it. At the end of the day, like I said, they've had 2 years of doing what they want, riding roughshod over human rights and all of this bollocks, making new laws up as they go. Yet when it comes to a manifesto pledge of actually stopping immigration, they can't seem to get that law ready. I wonder what's taking them so long. Obviously, to me now, it seems like they don't want to do it and just don't give a flying fuck if you know it. And mind you, given the way that the public sentiment is towards them, maybe it don't matter. They know they're deep in the shit and Boris is just doing whatever he can to fuck the country up for his masters. At the end of the day, he's certainly not doing what the British people apparently elected him for. But obviously, it's got to be said that another 853 illegal immigrant bow wankers is a shame on Boris Johnson, Priti Piss Poor Patel and his government, parliament and all them alongside it, but let's be honest, they love all this immigration. They don't give a fuck if this makes them look like a bunch of tits, they're doing what they want, laughing in your faces while doing it as always. Now guys, before I go, remember to check out the channel's website, BitChute, Odyssey and Rumble accounts that are linked down below. Also share this video as YouTube don't seem to like doing that.